Hello, and thanks for joining me tonight. My name is Mike Tellerino. I'm going to be your host for this evening. We are going to talk to an awesome organization, Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association. It's an amazing group of guys that get together and do a lot of great things for a lot of different charities, which we're going to get into that a little bit later in the program. But Corey, why don't we start out with you? Why don't you give us a little backstory on your organization?
So with the organization, or with myself. So
Both.
okay.
Both.
So with myself, my name is Corey Barnett. I'm the chapter commander for Illinois 24-2, Northern Illinois. A little bit about myself. I joined the Marines in 2004. I was infantry. I deployed 2 deployments to Iraq, one to Afghanistan during my first enlistment. I reenlisted in 2008 and was stationed in Quantico, Virginia as an academics and tactics instructor for the Officer Candidate School. Upon getting out of the military, I started defense contracting, working side by side with the U.S. and foreign military, and then started getting away from defense contracting and started working with municipalities in my current role as an apprentice lineman with the city of St. Charles.
That's awesome. Who's
We'll let Tom.
Yeah, Tom, go ahead. You're up.
Sure. My name's Tom Alderson. My road name's Moose. I joined the United States Army in 1981 and started out in the reserves. After about 5 years in the reserves, I went over to active duty. I served in 1st, 3rd, and 4th Infantry Divisions. I've had a couple of different positions culminating in First Sergeant. When I got out, I became a full-on computer geek, and now I'm director of information systems at Dick Blick Art Materials.
Awesome. Awesome. Mark?
Yeah, hey, I'm Mark Banizak. Road name is Peanut Butter. Long story behind that, but it goes by quick. I joined the military in 1985. Was in the military police. Did most of my 11 years in the reserves. Was activated for Desert Storm. Once my enlistments were up, I kind of moved on and lived a quiet life. Raised a nice family, and moved into private sector in the trucking business. I currently work for Navistar out of Lisle, Illinois, as a project manager.
That's awesome. You guys have been around a while. How long has this chapter been available?
So this particular chapter started in 2009 is when 24-2 first stood up. 24-1 was about 5 years before that, so about 2004. However, the CVMA has been around. Actually, it's before I get into the history. Kyle, did you want to introduce yourself real quick? I'm sorry.
Kyle Williams, road name's Willie. Joined the Army in 2004 as an infantryman, later became an engineer, but went to Iraq once and Afghanistan twice. Was medically retired in 2014. Left service as a staff sergeant and went to tech school when I got out, and have been working as an electrician and mechanic ever since in the petrochemical industry. And I've been working for ExxonMobil's pipeline company since 2018.
Wow.
Joined CMA in 2019.
Okay, so back to what I was saying. In a nutshell, the Combat Vets Motorcycle Association really started out based on a scam in 1999 by a group that was called the Combat Vets Motorcycle Club. It was on the internet, and it was taking advantage of veterans who were paying fees to join a motorcycle club. Well, in 2001, that all kind of fell apart, and some of the members, veterans who had paid into that club, determined that they wouldn't let that kind of an association of combat veterans go down in flames. So
Right.
in 2001, they got together, let all the other folks who were in this this fake club, CVMC, know that it was fake, and they got 45 members from that group to initially start the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association. And that all happened in May of 2001. The objective of the group, since it's association and not a motorcycle club, that's a big difference, right? There's no prospecting, there's none of that kind of stuff. But their goal was to promote activities involving veterans and motorcycles, and creating camaraderie amongst combat vets, helping veteran organizations, just all kinds of good stuff of vets helping vets, which is our catchphrase. And that's what we do. If you look at our recent accomplishments, just this past year, our donations to help vets out is Canine for Vets, for instance. We gave you
Right.
guys enough money to get a service dog for
Right.
a well-deserving vet. We gave money to Oscar Mike to keep their program going. That's outdoor activities for disabled vets. And then we have the Midwest Shelter for homeless vets. We've helped them out.
Right.
And it wouldn't be possible without our partners, like the Montgomery VFW Post 7452. They're a big supporter of ours. We get to meet there. It doesn't cost us a dime. That's
Right.
their version of vets helping vets while we help other vets. We also got Save a Joe, who is a fundraising arm that actually, I think, has assisted Canine for Vets in the past,
Correct.
or probably this year.
Yes, they have.
Yeah. And then we have 7 other chapters in the state of Illinois that are out there, vets helping vets. And that's what the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is really all about.
Well, that picture that we're displaying, that's when you guys came out to the training center to actually meet and greet your veteran that you sponsored, and it totally changed his life. I mean, he's still thankful every day for what you did to help him get through his PTSD. It really, I mean, he works with that dog, he trains with that dog, and he's again, it wouldn't have been possible for him to get that dog without the support that we received from your group. I mean, it just wouldn't have been done. So it was an honor to have you there to meet with this veteran who was really excited about meeting you guys, who took the time to do what you did, to raise the funds that you did to sponsor him and his service dog. So God bless you guys for doing that for this veteran. It's a total game changer for him. I see the difference in him every day. Every time I'm at a training class, I see the difference that it's making in him. That service dog, before he got that service dog, he was different. So God bless you guys for doing what you're doing. And again, not only for Canine, but for a lot of other organizations. So, you pull together a lot of events to raise those funds, and I'm sure it's not easy. It's a lot of work.
Well, I think on
Right,
behalf
Mike.
of everyone in 24-2, it's an honor for us to help that veteran out and help him with his, any issues that he has or his PTSD, and for that dog to provide him the services that are going to help him out.
And without
Yeah.
organizations like yours, how does that happen? Like Corey said, it's our honor and privilege to
You
help
know,
organizations like yours make life better for a veteran.
we've
Because
got
that's what our passion is, veterans.
we've got over 136 veterans in our program, and we have not lost one to PTSD suicide. So we're really proud of that. I mean, these dogs are a total lifesaver for these guys. They really are. I get to see it every day, and that's why, when you made that substantial donation to Canine to sponsor that service dog, when I came out to meet with you, in Montgomery at your meeting, I didn't think I was walking out of there with a check. I was like beside myself. I went, wow, these guys are serious about what they're doing. You know, a lot of groups talk about what they're going to do and how they're going to do it and why they do it, but you guys actually do what you say you're going to do. So that says a lot about who you are.
Well, it's our privilege to help out, Mike.
Thank you.
You know, tell us about what other events you have coming up that
Well, we got a couple events coming up. The first one in the target zone, really for us, is Pathways to Hope. We're going to try to help support their motorcycle run. They're looking for folks to help guide folks down the route to make sure things are safe for the other riders. Also, we have our annual meeting at the wall during Memorial Day, and in June we have a national meeting where everybody from all over the United States and Europe, and now we have a chapter in Korea, come for
really,
the national meeting, and we get together and decide how we're going to spend money,
yeah,
what charities are going to get money. This year, the auxiliary, the wives of combat veterans, have raised over $260,000 to
whoa,
help send veterans' kids to college.
that's
I mean,
amazing. That is
we
totally
we got
amazing.
all kinds of stuff going on, and wherever we can help, we help. That's helping vets.
That's great what you guys are doing, especially for the families, of our veterans and stuff. We just can't do enough for our guys that get discharged and are dealing with that PTSD every day. It's terrible what they're going through, and I don't just think that we're doing enough for them. But it's because of organizations like yours that we can do what we do. K9 couldn't do what we do to help our veterans if it wasn't for help from organizations like yours that are helping to pay to get that service dog for that veteran. So again, thank you. I mean, it's just amazing what you do for us, for all of
Well,
us.
everybody in the Veterans Association is a combat vet, and it's kind of our responsibility to help take care of our brothers and sisters who are struggling. If
Right,
we can do that through your organization, we are all for it.
right. We built that memorial in Shanahan State Park called the Forgotten Warrior Memorial. It's veterans who lost that battle to PTSD. There's nothing we could do for that veteran, but we try to honor their families because the families get nothing at all when they lose somebody to PTSD, suicide. It's a shame. So hopefully through our program, we'll keep them from taking that final step, you know, and that's what Canine is all about, and that's what you're all about. That's the purpose that you're serving by doing what you do for as many different charities as you work with. They couldn't do what they do without your help. We couldn't do without what we do. So, you know, kudos to you for what you guys are pulling together to make this work for everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's our honor.
Yeah. Well, I just if somebody wants to learn more about your organization, where would they go? How can they find out exactly more details on you?
So there's a couple different websites they can look into there, Mike. One is combatvets.us, which will take you to our national webpage. Or if they're looking to get in touch with 242 ourselves, it's just cvma242.com.
And they got you on Facebook as well, right?
That's correct. We do have a Facebook and we have a Instagram account, and forms of social media out there. So we're pretty quick with responding through our messenger on Facebook.
If somebody wanted to help, are you looking for help with your events, or is it strictly done by your group? You look for volunteers to come out and help you.
I mean, at some of our events, yes, Mike, we do have volunteers. Like Tom said, the VFW or Montgomery VFW is always helping us out, and that's one thing that they always do during our Middle Eastern Conflict Wall Memorial Rally. Is they provide their services to come out and help us out during the event. We get a couple individuals from there who donate their time to do our pig roast on Friday nights. So, and that goes for everybody else as well. You know, if they need services such as escorts for funerals, we provide services for that. Donating our time, help, feed the homeless or help out with any veteran organizations that need the help. Please reach out because, we're always looking for something new to go out and do and to provide our services to help those veterans that need it.
Well,
And if you don't have time to help CVMA, that's fine. There's Rolling Thunder out there. They need help at their event.
right.
Mike, I don't know if you need help at your training facility doing maintenance.
Always.
I can't believe some of the facilities you have going, and you need help. All veteran organizations need help.
Without a doubt.
If you want to keep it to your local area, then check out your local American Legion. Check out your local VFW and see if
Right.
they need a hand.
Well, for the service dog that you sponsored, we are having what we call our service dog presentation. We're going to hold it in Montgomery. That's where we actually present the service dog to the veteran. So you'll walk in there and hand that dog up off to the veteran, and it officially becomes their dog. It is, let me tell you, it's an amazing ceremony. There's not a dry eye in the house. There's really not. To watch these veterans get presented that service dog. And it's a night all about our veterans. We don't make it about K9. We don't make it about the memorial. We don't, nothing. It's entirely a night that we try to make as special as possible to honor these veterans that are getting those service dogs that should have had some kind of honor when they came home. So it's a night all about them. So when I walked in Montgomery, when I went to go to your meeting to meet with you guys, I looked at the hall and I said, perfect hall, great location. We're gonna give it a we're gonna be out there in September, which all the details will be posted, and your guys will be out there, presenting that dog to the veteran.
And I think it's awesome you're having it down in Montgomery. That's
Well,
that's where a lot of our meetings are held. That's
Well,
awesome.
it's an amazing place. It really is. They're friendly. They treat you like they've known you for years in that place. When I walked in there, I thought this is nice. I like it. It's going to be a good place to hold our event. So I called Reggie Latuca, uh, our vice president and co-founder, and I told her, "Hey, did you pick a place for a September event yet?" She said, "No." I says, "I've got it. Look no further. It's going to be in Montgomery." So she
Nice.
was all excited too, and it's a good central location for us. Where we have a lot of drawing power.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it was a win-win coming to your meeting. I walked out of there with a check. I walked out of there with a new location for the service dog presentation. So, like I said, it couldn't have been any better. And when you left the training center, and I was talking to the veteran that you gave the service dog to, he was. I'm going to tell you, he was beside himself. He really was. He was so grateful for what you did, stepping up to the plate to help him, and he knew that wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for your organization. So again, it was a total life changer for this veteran. You should really be proud of what you did to help this guy because he deserved it. He's just a good guy himself, and he was really appreciative for what you did for him.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
So again, you guys are doing some amazing things. Is there anything else anyone like to add?
I'd just like to explain a little bit about the dog donation based on what Mike told us when he came out to our meeting.
Mhm.
When they give that veteran a dog to help him and make his life a better place, they're taking care of not only finding a dog that's a good fit for the recipient, the soldier, They're taking care of all the food, all the veterinary bills for the rest of that dog's life. That
Right.
veteran gets an animal that is his protector, his companion, his voice in the darkness, and Mike and Canine for Vets is just supplying everything to make that happen. We supply money. We can give money all day long.
You
We
know,
don't have people like you, Mike, out there banging the drum saying, "Hey, we got a guy. He needs a dog, and we just need some money." And
that's
you'll make
it.
it happen.
You
And
know,
Mike, you and your team make that happen. So thank you.
well, no, thank you for those kind words. You know, we love our veterans. We do. When I get a phone call from a veteran and I'm talking to him, and it's the initial conversation that I'm having with him, and he's telling me why he feels a service dog would benefit him. And it wouldn't do any good to give a service dog to a veteran and say, here's another mouth to feed, and here's another potential service vet bill that you could have. And if we've owned a dog, you know how expensive those vet bills could be. So it's not, it doesn't do any good to give him that dog and say, here, you got to worry about paying for the food and taking care of the medical bills. We took that out of the equation altogether. That wouldn't do any good to give him a dog. Yeah, so we're really proud of the fact that we've got over 136 veterans, and we haven't lost one to PTSD suicide. These dogs, like I said, they're a game changer, and that's why I wanted you guys to come out and meet that veteran. Because a lot of organizations, when you make a donation to them, you give them the check, and that's it. You don't get to see what your money's doing. With Canine, we're proud of the fact that when you make that donation and you sponsor that service dog, you can go on the Canine Facebook page every week and watch the progress your dog is making with the veteran. You could see where your money's going, and you could see how it's changing their life. That's
Well, I'd like to, if we could, try to get a hold of that veteran and invite him out to our April meeting. I mean, he met a very few members. I think a lot of the members who come to the meetings would like to be introduced to the veteran, have him come and speak and tell us how the dog has helped him out and changed him, and allow us
he.
to
I
get introduced to
guarantee
them both.
I couldn't keep. And once I tell him that you want him there and the date, just let me know the date and time,
Okay.
and I will make sure he's there. And he would not be there. Believe me, he's that eternally grateful for what you did for him. And he told me, he said, anything I could do for them, count me in. I'm all about helping them back for what they did for how they changed my life.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, we'd definitely love to have him in the dog.
Yes.
Well, like I said, let me know when it is, the date and time, and I'll
Okay.
make sure he's there. Because like I said, I know it's something he'd want to do. And I think it's important that your club members who didn't get a chance to meet him, get to actually hear from the veteran how it's changed him, what's it doing for him. I could sit here all day and talk about, oh, we do this, we do that, we do this, and that's all fine. But when you hear from the veteran himself, who actually has that service dog, how it's changed his life, that's far more powerful than anything I could say, because you're hearing it right from the veteran himself of how it's changed his life.
Good. And when you give somebody a dog, it's not only for the veteran, it's probably also for the family. In the
Oh,
28 years
yeah.
I was in the military, we had a dog, and I spent a year in Bosnia, I spent a year in Iraq, and that dog could just sense that it was his job to make everybody feel better while I was gone.
I know. Believe
So
me,
dogs are marvelous, and not only are you helping a veteran, you're probably helping that veteran's family.
I've always asked, who saved who? Did the dog save the veteran? The veteran saved the dog.
Yeah.
It's really a win-win for both of them, because where we get our dogs from, we get them at a lot of high risk kill shelters, and we
Mhm.
pull them there, and we save that dog from possibly being euthanized. And these service dogs, I mean, they've got their veterans back. They got their six all the time. I mean, they're with them 24/7. I know my Samantha, she's always there to greet me, and she's just my everything. I wouldn't know if I looked around and I didn't see her, I'd go, wow, where's she at? I mean, she's always there for me, always. So, and again, what you guys are doing, the organizations that you're helping, it's phenomenal. It really is. Thank you for what you're doing. You're helping not only Canine, but you've helped so many other organizations that couldn't do what they do without your help. I know we couldn't have done what we did for this veteran without your amazing, and I say amazing, donation. So
Mhm.
thank you so much. It definitely changes this veteran's life. It really did.
Well, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, and from the bottom of our hearts, you're very welcome.
And God bless you guys. Guys, thank you.
Oh,
And get me that information. Yes, go ahead, Cork.
yeah. So I wanted to share this with you because I just got it the other day. So I don't know if you remember at our meeting we talked about our charitable donation request, right? So we
Right.
provided you with the check for the service dog, and then we put in a request to our national level to match those funds. Well, I just wanted to inform you today that our charitable donation request was approved.
Yeah.
However, because we presented the check in 2024, the donation is good for this year. So towards the end of the year, the national will don't match the funds that we donated.
That is amazing.
Beautiful.
Again,
So,
Yeah.
thank you guys. I
I
mean,
thought this would be the best time to present it to you. So I just
you know
wanted to
what?
share
It
that
just
news with
keeps
everybody.
getting better with you guys. Let me just tell you.
So,
I mean, you're an amazing group of guys that do so much for so many people. And what you just told me tonight, that just put icing on the cake. God bless you
I'll
guys.
keep it. I'll keep in contact with you. It probably won't be to the end of the year, but
That's
I'll let
fine.
you know when they're sending those out. So
Listen, I plan on staying in touch with you guys
well, we look forward
because
and hope to keep working with you as well.
you guys are doing great things. You did a great thing for this veteran that we couldn't have done without your help. So continue to do what you're doing. And if there's anything Canine could do for you in any way, shape, or form, you need help in any way, we are more than willing to come out and do whatever we can. And we look forward to seeing you in September at the service dog presentation.
Yes.
When you walk in and hand that dog off to that veteran, let me tell you, it's amazing. It really is.
Great. Hey, Mike,
So,
thanks for having us.
yeah,
This
we
was
look forward
great.
to it.
It's listen, it's my pleasure. I was so excited about doing this podcast that I wanted people to know exactly what your organization does and why you do it, and the hard work and the dedication that you all have putting into making it work. It's no small feat, believe me, I know. So God bless you guys, and thank you again for being here tonight and letting everybody know exactly the good things your group is doing.
Thank you. God
Thank you
bless.
again, Mike.
God bless Canines for Vets, the great organization.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.